The idea was to try and reach out into the social climate and try and expose employee folks that might become potential employees to the energy industry. We developed a partnership with Alpena Community College and the Workforce Investment Board in Northeast Michigan and the Veterans Administration in Lansing in order to pull together this opportunity. So we took some process that was already available and not very well known from a consortium in DC and breathed life into it basically for this particular activity. The opportunity was reviewed with General Stone and the staff here at Camp Grayling around the middle of July, and we had folks in class the middle of October. So it took us less than 90 days to go from concept and potential to reality and having 24 students in the class. So it was a great effort by the team, the project management skills of several, and the willingness and desire of lots of people to bring this to fruition, this first pilot class.
I was hired by DTE Energy to come in and do the project management. I was hired in about September. The project had already been a go, but I've been attached to workforce development for over 15 years. So with that work and connection, I was able to work with the Michigan Works, which is the local workforce development boards in the state of Michigan, as well as connecting with the employers of DTE and Consumers Energy, as well as working with veterans representatives, and as well as working with all other resources available for the students and for the community to try to look at other funds that we could do to work with for this project. We were only able to get a certain portion of the funding covered under public dollars, but I think that this initiative and involving with the employer, with the workforce development, and with the community colleges, and with veterans is just an overwhelming benefit to any veteran to have that connection with all of those resources available to them. Everybody and all the partners have continually asked me if this is going to continue. They'd like to see it continue. We'd actually have quite a long waiting list already that has been developed within the Michigan Works system that is capturing all of the veterans that are interested in going through this program.
When I was first approached to participate in this class as an instructor, I was a little apprehensive I'm not a full-time facilitator. But with 30 years in the energy industry, I was able to bring something to the table. What I took away from this class is that I was overwhelmed by some of the stories that we heard from our fellow students. Some of them they're all vets, but some of them are homeless vets. Some of them didn't have refrigerators, and with this class, if I could help them get a career in the energy industry, it'd be overwhelming to know that I could do something for another human being to give them a chance to make a living.
So I was asked, because of my military background and everything, do I want to get involved in this program about a month before it really kicked off. And it was in the pre-planning stages to begin with. So I said, yes, I'd like to get involved because it was veterans, and I thought that'd be a good deal. And it's been an eye-opening experience. It's been a fun experience. Eye-opening in the fact that there was a lot of structure that we needed to put into it on an ongoing basis. Kind of thinking on your feet. Impromptu stuff that we had to do. But for the most part, when I first got here and met the people in the seats, the guys in the seats, I knew right away it was a good program. They were interested, their attitudes were good, A lot of questions, but most of the part, they had good attitudes, and that's what I liked. And I think the first day I got here, we talked about being a professional, and when I asked them that question, are they professional, not too many people raised their hands. But now they're all raising their hand because they are professionals, and I think they're going to be fine for any company that hires them.
Someone had said they had gotten in their email going throughout the National Guard that they had received something about a gas boot camp. I inquired, took a few tests, and then I found myself here at Camp Grayling, which has been a really good experience for me. I never knew anything about electricity. I didn't know where it started, where it ended. I just knew if you touched something, you got shocked, and that's about all that I knew. And now I feel pretty confident in my knowledge of electricity, where it comes from, and then as far as the gas aspect of it is concerned, I've learned a great deal. I know I don't know everything, but I've come to know quite a bit. I think the program being here in Grayling, I think, is extremely beneficial. I think that being up here, we were not forced is a bad word, but we were more focused on what we had to do. All the stuff going on back home was a phone call away as opposed to going on around us being there. So having been away from it, I was able to more focus on what I had to do, and I think that's why I learned so much.
They hooked me up with Miss Melody Powers out of the VA, and she was great. She, the first one in the whole situation through all this time, from the time I've been out of the Navy, the first one that says they understood and we're going to help. Everybody else just said, "No, you did it, don't worry about it." But this is the first time somebody just actually said, "We're going to help you." So I started attending the VA. I got medical assistance, I got mental assistance, vision, financial assistance. I ended up with a job at the Salvation Army. So anyway, I get up here and everything's going fine. I'm taking a test, because I was in my truck, so I won. As far as I'm concerned, I won. I got a roof over my head, I got meals, DT provided all of this for us. And I was so thankful just for the opportunity to be able to say, okay, at least I've got a place to stay, and they're going to train me how to do what they need me to do. And I'm going to get a job out of this to be able to have a better life for myself. It didn't take it like that. And all I could do is say, thank you. I tell every one of them when I see them, Mr. Kelly, General Stone, Christie, every one of them, Mark, Phil, Jim, all of them, I tell them thank you every day. For me, this has been that life preserver off that sinking ship. It's given me an opportunity to be a man again, to be productive again, to have something to look forward to.